Alrighty, people, I do apologise for that. A little bit of a issue coming on the stream right there as OBS decided it was going to go crashing itself. But either way, we're going to be going straight into this game. This is going to be here casting on Rasmus TV. We've got House of Gamers going up against Union Gaming. And we do see that this is going to be, I say, a pretty difficult offlane for both these two offlaners. A lot of harassment capability. Although I say Centaur may have a little bit of a better time here. Obviously, luckily, we haven't missed too much. Both the sides managed to pick up one of the bounty runes. In fact, we do see Jelpy taking a whole bunch of damage from these creeps. Not going to be able to get away. Luckily, Centaur Warrener didn't go for a stomp or the double-edged at level 1. A little bit lucky there from the supporters. Jelpy is going to have to be a little bit more careful there as, you know, an offlaner like at this level of play will take advantage of that if they have skilled the right stuff. Now, either way, we do see that Centaur Warrener doing a pretty good job right here, as although the Lycan's getting a lot of nice free farm. And right now, most of these lanes are roughly equal. Wing 0, standing there on a clockwork, having a little bit of a difficult time. And the real test for Union Gaming is going to be a case of trying to shut down this Enigma before he gets off a lot of farm. Because right now, this Enigma, none of his jungle creeps have been removed. He's, you know, perfectly fine to keep just farming up with his lovely items. You see a bounty rune is going to get collected up for that Zeus to be able to bottle up and just keep his mana going. Invisibility. Nice little job there from the Enigma. Now, while this is happening, we do see the Centaur is actually having a pretty good time in terms of getting 6 last hits right now. It is a 2 versus 1 lane, meaning that although he's going to have a little bit of trouble against his Venge and Lycan just harassing him, he should also get quite a bit more than what you may consider in a normal 1v3 lane. On the opposite side, we do see that Clockwork is... He's got 3 last hits, so doing pretty well for Clockwork against Ancient Apparition with that huge amount of harassment damage. And we do see a possible gank here coming out from Ogre Magi. As it is interesting to note, this Ogre Magi isn't staying around to try and harass out the Clockwork. I guess because the lane has been pushed forward, it doesn't really matter, so to say, as you can't really harass down this Clockwork when you're under their tower, so to say. As the Ancient Apparition is just going to be stacking and pulling, and this early game is mostly very, very silent, although that could be getting changed right now as we see the Ogre Magi coming in from behind. Is going to get spotted out, though, by that Zeus. Just making sure there's nobody there in that jungle area. And Ogre Magi kind of going to get thrown out by this Enigma. In the meanwhile, we do see Centaur Warrener. He might be in a bit of trouble as he's going to do a little bit of harassment there to Excalibur. Going to be forced back, but there's not going to be any stun. Not going to be any harassment. In the meanwhile, we do see Ogre Magi going to get caught out by Jelpy, but that's actually a little bit of an interesting situation for House of Gamers, as I do think they can definitely kill this Vengeful Spirit if they can get the stun plus double-edged combo off. We do see Jelpy as being slowed down. Can he get the body block off? Well, he's running away instead, and the Igmaker's coming in. Can he dodge the Eidolons? The stun comes in as well, but he's being blocked by his own creeps. Not going to be enough, though, as we do see the second stun coming out. Well, the stun from Enigma, but it's going to be the first kill there coming out onto the Vengeful Spirit. In the meanwhile, though, Punky may be in a huge amount of trouble right there. It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange. So Vengeful Spirit did end up going down there in the end, but at the same time, it was a lead gained by House of Gamers right there. Although both the two sides getting probably everything they want. Gonna be a nice, faster route, getting his Tranquil Boots. Interesting, he's got another Ring of Regen. Maybe he's gonna go for a pipe first rather than the Blink Dagger. You do see a few Centaurs going for that, but it's generally not as preferred. While this is happening, we do see Phantom Assassin just getting the free farm he needs. Sitting here, 25 last hits. Almost the same as the Lycan. The Lycan does have that deny. As we do see, in fact, it looks like Clockwork trying to go ham right now, but he's going to get frozen up. And fullback, he may survive right now and going to be going up against both these two, being a bit too aggressive. And that means fullback, he will survive, and the Phantom Assassin gets an assist right there. We do see the Vengeful Spirit coming in, trying to do some damage. Barely missing the Ancient Apparition, but the Zeus ultimate going to be enough to finish that off. And so that is going to be a 3-for-3. We do see Union Gaming kind of rotating their supports back down here to bottom. As the Phantom Assassin kind of on a little bit low health, although pretty close in terms of his general overall farming, as he's going to have his Battle Fury pretty quickly if he keeps farming like this. And meanwhile, we do see that Brewmaster, he's not that far, not that close towards his Blink Dagger, while the Zeus doing a pretty good job over there. In fact, both of them are equally tied right now in terms of last hits. In fact, Zeus may be in much trouble. Can they get stun off? No, they can't. Slash Strike just a little bit too fast, and a moment coming in for a little bit of a moment. In fact, this may be a turnaround coming out right now. Zeus doing the damage, but the Primal Split not going to go off. And that is the thing they are always worried about. If they initiate too deep, that Primal Split can come out, do huge amounts of damage. As see, Slash Strike is going to pick up a kill right there immediately. Very nice job. And can they force out the split from them? Well, the Centaur ultimate is going to come in, and can the Centaur pick up a kill right there onto the Zeus? He's trying to come in for the stomp. Gets the stomp. Can he get the double edge? The split comes in right there. He's not going to be able to, he does eventually get the double edge off, running away from that painful death pulse, but that's going to be a very, very dead Mario. Eventually. Then meanwhile, we do see Venge kind of jumping in for a little bit more of damage, and the Enigma also coming in to help. This time it's going to be Papita, who's getting stunned out, trying to get away. The Medallion already coming out from the Enigma, but meanwhile the Stomp is going to be enough to save him, but he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, meaning he's still kind of stuck behind no man's land, desperately trying to get out of there.
Dire's bottom tower
Clockwork
is under attack.
Going to miss, and he's going to be able to get the stun off. He gets one stun off, but meanwhile he just doesn't have any help, and Jellypy is going to end up going down right there. The ultimate from Zeus, barely not getting the kill, but Enigma trying to come in. Can he get the stun off? Yes, he can. That's going to be a dead Enigma. As he picks him, that's going to be a dead Brewmaster. He does pick himself up his nice little killing spree.
Radiant's middle tower is under
and right now, it's interesting he went for Medallion first rather than the mech. You would expect the mech to come out first, just simply because of they're kind of going for this pushing strategy, but still, it does help with those individual ganks per se. You know, you get those ganks out, it does a lot of damage. And meanwhile, we do see that, well, Centaur might be in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have his ultimate up yet, but it is going to be up in a few more moments. And that minus armor is helping. The Black Hole is going to get used. Can the Centaur get taken down? Yes, it will be. Obviously, something that a lot of people don't realize is that using that Black Hole early is not a real big deal. It's highly likely in the first, like, 10-11 minutes, they're going to be seeing a huge, like, 5-man Black Hole situation, so using it to get a kill, get 2 kills is always a nice thing to do, as we are going to be seeing the T1 tower is going to go down. There's no fortification, just look at this pushing potential.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
You see, Enigma went for power treads first.
Under attack.
This really is interesting. It looks like he's trying to go for more of a ganking role rather than the usual pushing you may have expected. While this is happening, though, we do see that Phantom Assassin is sitting here with mostly free farm, being able to pick himself up his Ring of Health. I think he's not quite sure what he's got there. I'm not quite sure what that is. That is a courier I've never seen before. It's like a robot treasure chest. Whatever it is, it's pretty fun, but either way, I'm wondering where you get that from, as we are going to see the smoke being popped out. It looks like they want to go for a kill right here on to the Roshan. We do see the stun going to come out, along with those Eidolons coming into a little bit of help. And this Roshan is just going to get nuked down. I don't think they know that's happening, and even if the Ancient Apparition did, can't really do very much with this Clockwork also looking to do the damage. As this Roshan is basically going to be a free one for Excalibur. Also, for people who are wondering, who haven't really watched a lot of House of Gamers recently, yes, this is the actual Excalibur. Previously a Fnatic, during that time when Era was having issues.
And it's off.
And a pretty nice pick up there for House of Gamers. It looks like they want to go keep pushing. They want to go keep taking down this Tier 1 tower. And this Tier 1 tower may be in a bunch of trouble. Either way, though, as we do have a quick look at the experience. The experience is around about 3k in favour of House of Gamers, while the gold's rough, well, a little bit less than that. The TP is going to come in. As we see the Brewmaster going to be trying to go up against the Zeus. Well, the Enigma's going to get thrown up to the sky. Can Slash Strike dodge and juke enough? He's going to go down here probably, but can they get a trade? We do see that the Blink Dagger going to get forced out, or knocked off cooldown. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right there. So, mostly equal. They lost their mid for a mid. Everything's simple. And meanwhile, we do see Lycus is going to pick up another kill down here onto this Ancient Apparition, who kind of was in the wrong place at the wrong time, just getting caught out. That is going to be basically a 2-for-1 trade in general. In favour of House of Gamers, and House of Gamers will actually take the lead in terms of kills once again. And it looks like Enigma is trying to go for...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it looks like he wants to go for a kill onto this Brewmaster. Brewmaster doesn't have a split yet, so I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. The A ultimate is going to come out. Should hit both of them. That might be the opportunity for them to go back. But in the meanwhile, can this Brewmaster get the deny off? No, he isn't going to be able to. The annoying siege creep going to be enough. And Reduce looks like it's going to be the Brewmaster going in for a kill onto the Zeus. And Zeus is in a whole bunch of trouble, but he's going to get forced back because he doesn't have a split yet. Still swap comes in. Can he get the stun as well? Doesn't have enough mana for that. Can Pepita get that last click onto Zeus? No, it's not going to happen, and that's going to be a nice little move there coming out for Jalopy, as that's going to be a 2-0 once again. A Centaur did end up going down here in this top lane, going down to Lycan, and this Lycan going down is actually a little bit of a worry right now. This Lycan, although he doesn't have quite as many last hits as his opposing carry on the Phantom Assassin, who's very, very close towards his... Right, does he have it? No, he's probably going to get around about 15 minutes Battle Fury. But this Lycan has already got his Vanguard. Might decide to just go for his Necro Book right now, right here. As we are kind of starting to see that Union Gaming are being forced back. As in, there's no real aggressive movements coming out. There's no aggressive wars. As in, there's kind of one aggressive-ish defensive ward here, but at the same time, we're not really seeing Union Gaming being able to do very much at this point of the game, which is a little bit of a worry if you're on their side, because the entire strength of Union Gaming is their teamfight potential. But if they're getting picked off and killed in this kind of position, if you see a possible initiation coming out here onto Zeus, Zeus may be in a bit of trouble. The A ultimate is going to seal his fate. In the meanwhile, a moment, kind of going to be there for a moment. The swap does come in and couldn't kill. He may be in a bit of trouble, but Jalopy kind of realizes his mistake, as that's a terrible, terrible idea. Desperately trying to get away. He does have his one. Going to get the stun off. Can he survive? He's not going to be able to. In fact, just pop his one charge at the right moment. Gets a wave of terror off into 3. He's trying to juke and dodge, but there's just so many heroes, so many paths of attack. That is going to be enough. In the meanwhile, we do see Clockwork going in absolutely ham right now. We do see Clockwork, though. This may be a huge mistake coming out from Wing Zero. He is going to get a nice cogs off with the dual cast coming in. First multicast coming in. Ogre Magi does end up going down right now, as he is going to be trying to TP out. Can he get away? Trying to use the high ground. Yes, he will be able to. In the meanwhile, Zeus is going to be coming in for even more kills. The ultimate popping up, picking up a dual kill. He's looking for even more right now. The Centaur and the rest of Union Gaming are in full retreat. And Zeus, he is showing the full wrath of Mount Olympus coming in right now. Gonna miss the lightning strike, and that's going to be the end of his attack. As the Zeus is going to pause the game, and that is going to be a pretty nice engagement coming out there for House of Gamers. They did end up losing their Vengeful Spirit, but then lost 3 in return. Just the Clockwork going absolutely ham right there, jumping in, getting that initiation, just being annoying enough to give the Zeus enough time to regen up, come back into the fight, and get those huge kills, as that is going to be 9-14, as House of Gamers really have thrown themselves into the lead after that team fight. We are going to be 5k net worth in favor of House of Gamers, while, yeah, roughly around the same in terms of experience, slightly less, but we are starting to see that House of Gamers are taking control of this game, and that is not the kind of thing you want to be happening if you're part of Union Gaming, because House of Gamers are a very snowbally lineup. If you start getting all those towers, you get rid of all those, that map control coming out for Union Gaming, then the South American team's going to have huge problems coming back and allowing their PA to get the farm that she needs. The PA is the highest farmer on their team, but is nowhere near any of the cores. And even the Zeus, who didn't have the greatest time being constantly ganked here on middle, going 5-3, is a little bit ahead of the PA, and the PA basically had free farm hero bottom. The main difference between these two net worths has simply been the kills, plus all of the lovely tower golders. We do see that both the tier 1 towers on the Union Gaming side have gone down, with only the bottom one left looking a little bit shaky. In fact, Lycan's already kind of rotating down there to pick it up, and this tier 1 tower is going to be long for this world. And the issue you have right now, also on the Union Gaming side, is that this is the part where their team fight is the most powerful. When they've got that split, when they've got that stomp and the blink dagger on the Centaur, when they've got their AA ultimate, because eventually Enigma's going to get a blink dagger. I'm not quite sure when, as obviously a blink dagger isn't quite as popular on Enigmas as it used to be. But, you know, you picked up that blink dagger, you can get that massive black hole and that initiation. We do see Zeus probably going to go for that blink dagger himself. And once those heroes start getting their items, it becomes a lot more difficult to stop these pushes that are going to be coming out. As the mech does get popped right there. It looks like we're going to start going for a little bit of tier 2 harassment. I'm not quite sure if they can take it out, although there isn't really anyone on the opposite side being able to do very much. As we do see that their ultimate is still up, but the... well, the Centaur is going to be jumping onto Jalopy. Jalopy is in a huge amount of trouble. He is going to end up going down. In fact, the Centaur ultimate gets popped for that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The A ultimate is going to be pretty good, hitting 3 players down here at the bottom. So that's basically going to be a support kill for possibly a tier 2 tower. We do see the wolves trying to do those little bits of extra damage. The clockwork cogs desperately trying to go down. So we do see the courier does end up going down for the dire side. Very nice stuff. We do see the battery assault coming out there, and the Lycan just going absolutely ham, picking off 1 kill, looking for another one. Can the blur save him? Not from cogs, not from a hook shot, and that is going to be, well, a tier 2 tower going down and 3 more kills. Union Gaming are quickly falling behind, and Zeus picks up another kill. Not quite sure where that was from. It was Ogre Magi. Yeah, it looks like Ogre Magi kind of wandered into the wrong part of the woods, got taken out right there, and that is going to be, well, 10 to 18 right now. House of Gamers, they continue their lead. That's a 7.5k gold net worth lead, and the top 3 heroes net worths in the game are all on House of Gamers' side, and that's exactly how they like it. So what I have to ask right now is, how did Union Gaming come back into this? And I think it's, they need to pick off someone who isn't that Vengeful Spirit. And the Vengeful Spirit hasn't been having the most fun game in the world, going 0-4 and 7, but at the same time, his team's winning, and in reality, that's the only number that matters. The little 1 next to the win column. But I feel that if they can get a pick off onto one of these big heroes, maybe onto the Zeus, or Lycan would be the major pick off they want to pick off, as he's like the highest net farmer in the game right now, as we do see Zeus picks up a casual 15-minute Midas. And I'm not quite sure. I feel right now this Midas is a little bit of a win more item for this Zeus, as in he's going to be trying to go for those big items like the Blink Dagger eventually, or maybe even the Veil of Discord. But in reality,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I would be against that pickup, apart from the fact that they're so far ahead right now that this Zeus Midas is mostly insurance to make sure that they don't get completely outfarmed in the late game by this PA is. You do have to remember this PA is still always an issue. He hasn't been able to pick up his Battle Fury yet, which is a bit of a shame considering how good his farm was in the beginning of the game. But he's going to be having that pretty soon.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As we do see that a possible smoke coming out here. I think they know exactly where it is, so they're all kind of grouping up, and they might be able to catch out the Zeus right now. And the Ogre Magi are going to get the huge stun to Excalibur, and Lycan will go down. That's actually a pretty big kill right now. We do see the Centaur going in for even more than damage. The Pulse is going to stop any possibility of blinking by the Centaur. And that Pulse basically stopped the entire enemy team in its tracks.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
As we do see couriers are going down throughout this entire game. And the Clockwork Cogs is going to be enough. He's going to be able to TP out. Very nice move from him. As it looks like he's trying to go for his Blade Mail. And he's going to be able to pick that up straight up. As that is going to be still 11 to 18. They did pick up that kill to Lycan though, which is a very, very nice kill. He has got level 2 Necro. Going to be level 3 very, very soon, as he is still the highest farmer in the game, even with that death. As you got to remember, he's only 3, 1, and 2. If we have a quick look at the kills and deaths, he isn't lowest. He's the second lowest in terms of deaths he's got so far, which is always a good thing to have. As we see Lycan going to be TPing in, and the Centaur, they don't really have that ultimate anymore. They do have the split still left up, but at the same time, is the split going to be enough for them to win a team fight? I don't know. As it's all going to come down to, I wouldn't even say it's going to come down to execution then. They're going to need a little bit of luck, considering how additionally farmed their opposing team is. They've got to go up against their mechanism, going to be going into a BKB and this Enigma. They've got to try and go into an Urn. They've got the minus armor on that Enigma as well with the Medallion. The Lycan looking pretty farm right now with a level 2, going to be level 3 very soon. Necrobuck. You've got the Zeus, who's doesn't actually have a lot in terms of fighting, but he does have that minus, so there is that ticking time bomb, so to say. And in fact, he has got something delivered to him with the courier. Looks like he's going to be the parts of a Yule's. They're going to go for that Yule's. Going to go for that utility item rather than the movement item. And in fact, he's going to just have that straight up. As soon as Enigma stops using the courier. Or as soon as Vengeful Spirit stops using the courier. In the meanwhile, we do see Lycan is going to get spotted out a little bit. Lycan just being annoying though, blocking off that Blink Dagger attempt. As we do see the Wolves just chasing around the Ancient Apparition. They do know it's there though, as there is a counter ward. But either way, Nothing really happens there, and this is actually an issue we're seeing right now from Union Gaming. They kind of gone up here to the top, but not really doing very much. It's in the sense that they're just basically sat up here, and they are going to get a smoke out. Not sure if that was spotted, though, because that was a rocket that was pretty close to that timing. I don't think it was spotted that A ultimate is going to come out. Is it going to hit anyone interesting? Kind of trying to scout out this Roshan. But the Roshan is going to be up for another... In fact, it's going to be a very, very long Roshan. Going to be up for around about 20 seconds-ish. As we do see smoke coming out. Maybe they were considering to go for that Roshan. Maybe they're hoping to catch someone out in the Roshan with the smoke. But either way, they're not really going to find anyone with the smoke. So that's going to be a wasted 100 gold and a little bit of wasted time. Although we do see the Clockwork maybe in a bit of trouble. Is he going to get blinked upon? No, he isn't. As we just see right now that both these two teams are dodging and juking away from each other. And House of Gamers, well, they do continue to get their lead. They have kind of equaled off due to the fact that they don't really have that much map. They have a lot of map control in terms of these aggressive wards coming out here from them. But at the same time, they haven't really used it at the moment to kind of strangulate this farm on the Union Gaming side. Now we do see the TPs are going to come out, going to be going back to base, and he's going to be able to pick up his Tranquil Boots. He's got Tranquil Boots plus wards. His late game items are complete. Yay, supports. Now they're going to spot out that the Brewmaster knows exactly what's going on with these illusions. And this is a very nice use of illusions right here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As we see, Roshan is going to throw them away with his little cute Santa hat. Just look at that. Now do you see Clockwork attempts to go for the hook, didn't manage to pick it up, and that's going to be down for another 50 seconds. But in the meanwhile, it looks like they want to go for this Roshan temp, but both these two teams basically know it's happening right now. There was a ward here, spotting the Lycan going into the Roshan, but this Roshan just getting nuked down. As in the minus armor just absolutely huge right there. We do see that the Wolves are going to get popped out as well. He's doing a very, very good job of just getting that aggro, and Lycan is going to pick up his lovely, lovely Aegis. He's going to be going in right now. The Brewmaster is going to pick up the first kill right there, but Lycan's coming in, doing a huge amounts of damage. Fullback is in huge amounts of trouble right now. Can he get taken out? We do see the kind of a haste effect on this big wolf, big bad wolf coming in to blow down your house. He is going to be trying to look in for any more. We do see the split is going to come out. The swap onto a moment. Can he get the black hole off? He might decide to use it right now. Although it looks like he's trying to avoid it or trying to escape. Going to go get the death pulse off. And in fact, we do see that these Broodlings may actually just go down on their own. We do see the Clockwork hook jumping in, stopping the PA from doing the damage. PA goes down in the meanwhile, and the ultimate gets popped out. A moment, managed to survive, taking out this Brewmaster. The Brewmaster in a huge amount of trouble. Can he pick up the crits? No, he can't. The stun's going to come onto Pepita, and that is going to be Enigma getting away. A moment being absolutely huge. And that's going to be 4 for nothing right there. The fight recap shows a 2k gold swing, no, 2.5k gold swing in fact, in favor of House of Gamers. The House of Gamers really are taking control of this game. Lycan might go down though. It's going to be close. No, it isn't. He doesn't pop. Probably need a little bit more damage than that. Yeah, need about 100 more damage. But either way, Excalibur still has that Aegis, so he would have been perfectly fine. Though wasting your Aegis on an A ultimate is a little bit of a shame, so to say. Now, in the meanwhile, it's worth noting that after that four-man wipe, House of Gamers didn't really use that to take any kind of a Roshan or other attempt, so to say. Sadly, this Union Gaming side, as I'm going to try and say their name correctly, with actual words and vowels and shit. The Ancient Apparition is going to disconnect. Awesome! That's going to give me a little bit of time to explain what was about to go. As we do see, Union Gaming Squad, they're kind of being forced back, so to say. As in every single time they try and make it past that line, they have to do so with 5 players. And that means that they're not really farming. You've got, if we have a quick look at their net worth, we do see that although the PA did manage to get a little bit farming between then, she's now got a Battle Fury, so that's going to increase quite considerably. The rest of his team doesn't really have that much. It's like out of the top 5 players, only 1 is on Union Gaming Squad. With only the Venge really falling behind in terms of farming. Let's face it, that's because she's a vengeful spirit. She's playing that 6-role support. Yay, 6-role supports. And giving Enigma a lot of farming, in fact, being the second highest farmer in the game right now. A moment just It'll take a little bit more than a moment to farm up, and he's got his BKB, he's got his, whatever that minus armor thing is called, medallion, got the mechanism, he's got huge amounts of teamfight utility, and that's allowing this Lycan and the Zeus to really do the damage in these teamfights. Zeus has managed to pick up 800 more gold as well as those hand and minuses. Not really the highest in terms of farm, although he is keeping up with the PA, which is always a good thing to see. He's going to be able to just keep using that minus to keep getting ahead. And right now, everything is basically looking up for House of Gamers. On the opposite side, we do see Union Gaming. They're a little bit behind in terms of their items. Yes, we've got the PA trying to go for the BKB, and I think that once this BKB comes out, it's going to be a good thing for Union Gaming. Give the Phantom Assassin, maybe get some of that orange Jesus coming out with the huge crits and the 100% blur rate. But apart from that, they still do have that black hole. They still have the black hole to deal with the PA, even when she has the BKB. And we see the Brewmaster also going for the BKB, and the same thing applies for him. On the opposite side, we do see the Ogre Magi. He's going for support items. Nowhere near towards his Aghanim Scepter. And the Centaur Warrunner has got his Blink and Force Staff, so he's doing okay for himself, but not amazingly. In reality, you'd like to see those items are about 3 or 4 minutes earlier, considering that he did get an okay fastish Blink Dagger. He had a pretty good time in his offlane, but sadly the ganks just coming out from House of Gamers have been spot on, really stopping this Union Gaming side from grouping up and doing their 5-man wombo combo that they really wanted to do. Now, at the moment, the issue you have right now is that due to the map control we're seeing coming out from House of Gamers, the comeback mechanic for Union Gaming is to simply go off, get a pick off into Lycan, get a pick off into Zeus or something. It's going to be very, very difficult to execute just because the opposing team knows exactly where you are. As in, if you try and go past any of the normal routes, the walls are already there to spot out your attempted gank approach, and with the lack of water TP2 to get those counter ganks, it's very difficult to, like I said, make it past, walk anywhere past that line. And well, there's not a lot of gank opportunities done within the Culloden part. Now, while they are waiting, hopefully Ancient Apparition can go back into the game, because we did have a little bit of delay at the beginning of this game where Union Gaming kind of broke, kind of didn't know that this game was going on at this time, as, the time zones are a little bit different. It's, as someone here from the UK who uses a GMT with, Central European time being +1, I do know all the pain of working out exactly when things are supposed to be on. There have been many of time when I've attempted to cast something, and then realised, hang on a sec, this is an hour later, or this is going on right now. But still, a little bit of shame right there, as Union Gaming did kind of hold up this match right now, and hopefully we do see Ancient Apparition just jump back into the game, fully back into the game. But Tish. As we'll hopefully be going live very, very soon. Soonish. You see House of Gamers saying that they're ready to go, and so are we. We're definitely ready to go. Rearing and raving and ravenous and But whatever, we're all ready. We are going to be going live straight again. If we're going to be here in 23rd minute, 12 to 24 in favor of House of Gamers, and the gold lead hugely in favor of them, 14k net worth, with the experience also being roughly the same. And House of Gamers, well, I would say that if they can come back, this Union Gaming squad, from a 14k deficit, then it would actually probably put them in the top 20 comebacks in entire competitive Dota. We do see a possible initiation coming out here on Excalibur. Excalibur is going to go down. This might be the start, but in the meanwhile, we do see the Aegis is going to get popped out. Fullback goes down, and that's going to be a 2 for an Aegis. Lycan going to pop his ultimate. They are going to find Punky. They're going to get the swap out onto the Ogre Magi. He is going to go down. The Lycan isn't even looking at him, and looks like they may be able to get a full wipe. No split even coming out right there. Didn't have enough mana. And that is going to be for an Aegis right there. We saw that House of Union Gaming, they didn't give up that much to try and get the kill, but the fact he came back up and the huge rotation coming in with the smoke gang from the House of Gamer squad means that they're looking to take down this last tier 2, or one of these last tier 2s, and probably go one better. As in, this tier 3 could be in a little bit of trouble. They do still have the split in 26 minutes, and the A ultimate is going to slow them down a little bit. But when I say a little bit, I mean not really a lot. As in, that AA ultimate just right now is tickling with the lack of additional damage. The tier 2 tower is going to go down.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The resurrections are coming in from Union Gaming, meaning that they're not going to try for tier 3s, probably going to try and do some harassment on this tier 2. Enigma's going to have his black hole up in 13 minutes. Zeus doesn't have his ultimate up for another 20. But meanwhile, all of the ultimates are up on Union Gaming, apart from this Ancient Apparition ult, which is going to be up in, it's got like a cooldown of nothing. Now, the issue you had there was, again, like I said, with the map control we have on the House of Gamers, it makes them trying to go for those ganks that they need to execute to be able to come back into this game so difficult. As in, they did get the gank on Lycan, it was a very good gank. They took out a key target, but the rest of the team kind of knew what was happening. They gave up the Aegis and then turned around and got 4 kills. As we do see that PA may be in a bit of trouble. The A ultimate's going to come out. It's going to miss entirely, though, and this is going to be their opportunity to jump forward. We do see Wing Zero going to take a whole bunch of damage. It looks like he's going for his Aghanim Scepter. He's not going to have his hook for another 45 seconds. They know exactly where the opposing team is. Enigma probably going to be trying to go for his Blink Dagger next, I guess. There's no real other aura items unless he wants to go for a Assault Cuirass or something that Enigma can really pick up that the rest of his team doesn't already have. So I'm guessing a Blink Dagger is going to be the next one. In fact, talking about the Assault Cuirass, Lycan's the one who's going to pick that up for that minus armor. He's going to get initiated upon. He's going to be trying taking out the ultimate, though, going to get popped by Lycan. He's going to be trying to turn around on this PA. The blur is helping. The blur is helping. The blur is happening. The ultimate going to hit the Lycan right there. And was that like a 100% blur chance? Yeah, I'm sure that everybody who's played a melee carry at some point in the game has gone up against a PA and just been like, I'm doing literally no damage. It's even worse than when Doom gets +1 armor. Now, while this is happening, we do see Clockwork. He may be the target of a smoke gank right now, but he's actually going to be able to pick up his Aghanims with all the money he's got. So he's actually got his Aghanims right now, but the smoke is going to bypass him. And they are actually going to spot out this Lycan. Lycan may be in a bunch of trouble. He doesn't have his ultimate anymore, but the swap by Jellypy. Jellypy giving up his life for his carry, which is how all good support should do it. The A ultimate is going to miss. Well, it's going to hit him with the aura. Not going to hit him with anything else. We do see the Clockwork ultimate going to get popped out. Gonna miss though, kind of hit those wolves instead. As we do see Lycan going to be able to get out there, pick up the first kill there onto Ancient Apparition with the help of Zeus. Brewmaster's going to TP out, and that is going to be 1-for-1 trade right there. The see Excalibur, they did force out his ultimate, but that's going to be up in another 40 seconds. And he's also going to have his Necronomicon this time. Now, Brewmaster still has his ultimate, along with... Well, he's really the only big ultimate that's still left up. So this tier 2 tower probably is going to end up going down eventually. Although they will probably want to wait until the Lycan has his ultimate up.
Tower is under attack.
And meanwhile, surely Clockwork's going to be picking up his Aghanim Scepter right now. He's got 300 gold. There we go. And that is when the fun really starts with the Clockwork. Because, let's face it, Clockwork is super duper fun in terms of... when you've got that Aghanims, it reduces the cooldown all the way to only 12 seconds. He's just zooming and zipping around, being the most annoying little robot to ever live.
Homing in.
The little Clockwork that could. And while this is happening, we do see the PA is Phantom Assassin did pick up his BKB, so he has got something right there. It's still on 10 seconds, so that 10-second BKB is going to actually be pretty huge. Assuming he can avoid the blur charges from the Lycan, and can avoid the ultimate from Enigma. If he can do both those things, the PA could do a lot of damage here and be their comeback into this game against House of Gamers. Having said that, House of Gamers are still amazingly ahead in terms of almost 17, maybe not almost 20,000 gold net worth in favor of the Swedish team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Swedes being good at Dota.
Dire's
Who would have
structures
thought
are
it?
fortified.
And meanwhile, we do see a Tier 1 tower getting harassed down right here. There is going to be a deny coming out. Or no, it isn't. The swap is going to come out there onto the Centaur. Centaur going to go down. The Blade Mail going to help for a little bit. In fact, he may be able to get out right there. We do see the Centaur ultimate getting popped out, but he's going to get nuked down there by the Enigma. Just a few ticks of that Death Ball is going to be enough, and that's going to be a 2 for nothing trade right there. And they're going to try and go for maybe Tier 3s after this point, because let's face it, at this moment, Union Gaming doesn't really have anything. Now we do see a moment kind of grouping down up here through to the bottom. Looks like they're going to go for this Tier 2 first and go for the safer plays. The Roshan not going to be up for another 45 seconds-ish. But the Tier 2 tower is going to go down pretty quickly. And they did get a Tier 1 tower, but it was a Tier 1 tower for 2 kills and a Tier 2 tower, which just is not a very good trade. I wouldn't even call it a trade, it was more of a hostage negotiation. As we do see the Lycan Necronomicon unit's going to be annoying. We do see Lycan does get hit by the ultimate, kind of the back end of it. But at the same time, just look at these creeps. They don't even need to put themselves in danger to take out the Tier 3s. We do see Lycan kills the Ogre with his Necronomicon unit. The swap comes in, fullback gets taken out. That's going to be 2 supports going down with basically no real initiation. Lucia Pepita's going to dodge the stun right there. Can he get split off? Yes, he can. But meanwhile, we do see Centaurs trying to get anything done. The BK, the Black Hole is going to be good enough. We see Lycan trying to go for the damage onto these Broodlings.
Radiant's middle barracks
And Lycan, can the blur save him? The missed chance is there. The missed chance is real. Excalibur desperately trying to get away right now as his ultimate is going to run out in a few more moments. But in the meanwhile, we do see that Clockwork still has that hook. He's looking for it. You can tell he's looking for it. Gonna miss it, but he doesn't really need it, as Enigma's just gonna get that little last bit of point of damage. The Stomp is gonna be good onto all 3 heroes, but he may give his life in return for it. The A ultimate is also gonna be pretty nice, hitting all 4, but the Lycan is still here. Slash Strike may go down. Zeus trying to save himself with that Yule Scepter. Is the 4 stuff good enough? He does nuke down one in return, and the swap comes out, but a little bit too late. Ancient Apparition picks up that kill, buys back into the game, and the Pepita's gonna go down. That's going to be another set of racks going down probably right now. Only 2 heroes left. If a quick look at the buyback status, we do see that
Radiant's top tower is under
the Brewmaster does buyback, and that's basically it. We do see Clockwork ultimate getting up in, trapping both of them in. Absolutely huge Clockwork hook coming out right there. Punky goes down, and this is going to be a full team wipe with only the Zeus going down the opposite side. Absolutely dominating performance coming out from House of Gamers. They just kind of juked and dodged and dived away from the opposing team. And Union Gaming, every single time they tried to initiate, they felt take a stun to the face, they took a swap out, and they're just going to go for a win right now. Because let's face it, why not? Just go finish this game right now. We do see the buyback coming in from Zeus, in fact. Zeus buying up that boost of travel so he can join his teammate. And the swap's going to come in. PA going to get nuked down. The GG gets called, and that is going to be House of Gamers moving on to the round of 4 in the losers bracket. They're going to go up against, I think, Doozer, when I had a look at it. And what we really saw right there is just simply a case of that House of Gamers just destroyed Union Gaming in every single possible situation. They came forward, they won the early engagements in terms of the ganking, meant that Union Gaming weren't able to do their 5-man strategy of just grouping up, getting a huge team fight, and it does mean that House of Gamers, they win a pretty convincing best of 1. Still though, this has been Benji here casting on Rasmus TV. If you've enjoyed what we've done if you enjoyed what we've done, you can follow us on Twitch TV, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. I think that's everything we've got. We'll probably eventually have, we've also got a Friendster account, and we also made a profile on Yelp. But either way, this has been Meiji Casting. I hope you've enjoyed the DGM $10,000 Cup. Until next time, good night.